Alright. My name is Alex, and I am gender fluid. First off, I just wanted to say I want to be doing something different with this series. It's going to be called What It's Like, and I'm just going to be talking about different topics, about things I have to deal with, gender, sexuality, being a cosplayer, being a person of color, and also a cosplayer, stuff like that. It's going to be a little bit more serious than other videos that I will be posting, but I feel like this is something that I've wanted to do for such a long time, but I just never thought people cared or that I was brave enough or strong enough to actually do this. I wanted to keep this video extremely natural, so I literally just woke up, I'm wearing no makeup. I want this to be real. This is gonna be real. This is 100% no fucking bullshit. But yeah, this is no bullshit, 100% real. Like, the shit I'm talking about is extremely serious. Recently, I've just been feeling more confident in who I am as a person. Everything has really been put into light for me, and I feel like now is the perfect time to do this while I'm feeling so strong and so empowered. Before I chicken out and I wait months and months and months to do this because I have thought about filming this video for so long. But I've just always been too nervous because I'd never had people who fully accepted me until now, until I found this amazing group of people who I would literally fucking die for. So yeah, this is what it's like to be gender fluid. So what is gender fluid? I have the definition on my phone. So gender fluid is a gender identity which refers to genders in which vary over time. A fluid person may at any time identify as male, female, neutral, or non-binary, or a combination of these identities. Their gender can also vary from circumstances or different environments. I identify as both male, female, non-binary, and as both male and female. It's really confusing, and I understand why people don't really know what it is or are just like, oh, that's not real, you can't be all of them, you can only be one or the other or neither. But it is, and like the definition says, it does vary from times and circumstances and places. Like, I could wake up in the morning and feel super masculine, then by the end of the day I can be feeling non-binary. It's so hard to explain to people, which is why I usually just tell people, oh, I'm non-binary, because it was just so much simpler than being like, oh, I'm gender fluid, and then them being like, well, what's that? And I'm like, well, I identify as everything, but also nothing, and both. It's confusing, but again, recently I've just been feeling more confident in myself, which is honestly, it's just really great. Usually, most of the time I feel more either androgynous or masculine, which is why I use they, he pronouns. Not to say that I never feel feminine, that's definitely not the case. There are moments and times where I do, but for the most part it's androgynous or masculine, which is why I use they, he pronouns. I didn't know what it was until about 2.5 years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago. But my freshman year of high school, I remember I was talking to this group of people online, and they were always asking, oh, like, what are your pronouns, what's your gender? And I never really thought of it, and I was like, oh, well, I don't identify as like a girl. I don't know. So I kind of just told everyone, I was like, oh, I'm gender neutral. I was like, I'm androgynous, I'm gender neutral. And everyone was like, yeah, okay, like, what are your pronouns? And I was like, she, her, they, them, I think. No one's ever asked me that before. No one was like, hey, what do you prefer to be called? Like, are you okay with me calling you this? What are your pronouns? I've never been asked that before my entire life because I was always she, and called by my dead name. So it was just a whole new experience for me, and I was like, whoa, what? Like, so when I talked to them, I started going by Alex. This is why it's my name now. And they use she, her, and they, them pronouns. And I was like, this is cool. I'm like, I like this. I was like, yeah. I'm like, this feels right. Like, I've always hated my birth name so much. And I've always told my mom this. I was like, I hate it. I was like, I want to just change it when I get older. I was like, it doesn't fit me. It doesn't feel right. And my mom has always just kind of taken it as like a joke. Like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's why I use a nickname for you anyways, because I know you don't really care for it. And I was like, I just hate my name. So when I started going by Alex, it just felt better. Because I was like, yeah, I'm like, Alex. I'm like, alright, I can go with this. And then flash forward a year, sophomore year, I'm still talking to these people, and I'm still like, oh yeah, I'm androgynous, whatever. And I started doing Instagram, I think, right at this time? Yeah, I started doing Instagram at this time. So I was exposed to all these different, like, gender and people and sexualities and all this stuff. And I was like, wow, I've never seen this stuff before. I was like, no one's ever told me, because my house is so Christian, and all I've been taught is there is male, there is female, that is it. You are either a boy or you are either a girl, and that's all you can be. So when I joined this online community, and when I did go on Instagram and seeing all these people expressing themselves in a different way than what I was taught, it was so amazing. And like, I can't even describe like how it was. And then towards the end of my sophomore year into my junior year, like that summer, I started talking to this person on Instagram. I swear if I could remember their Instagram names, I would literally thank them so much. But it was such a long time ago and I can't. But I remember they posted something about being gender fluid on their Instagram, and I was like, what is that? So I went and I asked them, and I was like, hey, what does it mean to be gender fluid? And they told me, and I was like, really? I was like, that's what it is? I was like, that's so weird. And they're like, why? And I was like, because because I feel like this. I was like, I never feel like myself. And I was like, I don't know what it is, but I just never feel like I'm true to myself. And they explained it, and I was like, that's it. I'm like, that's how I feel. I'm like, I've been feeling this for years and no one told me. I was like, what? This feels right. And I was like, I finally had a name for what I've been feeling for such a long time. And it felt so amazing because I didn't feel so lost and being like, I don't know who I am. So I didn't go as androgynous. I didn't go as gender neutral anymore. I was gender fluid. And then with my pronouns, once I came out as gender fluid, I was like, oh, you can use whatever pronouns you want. I was like, they, he, she, whatever, I don't care. One of my friends, I posted a picture on my Instagram story, because this is when it first came out, and they messaged me and they're like, you look so handsome. And I was like, what? They're like, you look like so handsome. I was like, you look amazing in this picture. And I was like, I look handsome? I was like, whoa. I was like, what? I was like, that's never been something that's ever, like, me and being handsome has never crossed my mind before. So I was like, I like this. So I told a few of my friends, I was like, hey, start using they, he pronouns instead of she, her pronouns. Because I never liked she, her pronouns for me. It always just felt off. And I was like, ugh. Like when people are like, oh, hey girl. I'm like, oh, hi, I guess. Like, it just never felt right. So, I started having people use they, he pronouns, and I have my friend Luna, who's literally been there for me this entire time, who'd be like, that's my son, I love him, like, he's amazing, and it finally all, like, clicked for me, and I was like, yeah, this is me, like, I'm who I am, and this makes sense, because I'm not lost and confused, and I don't hate myself every time someone uses a dead name, or when someone calls me she, her. I was like, no, this is me. And it was really the first time where I felt good about, like, myself, because I wasn't lying to who I was. Oh my god, I'm gonna start crying. I wasn't lying to myself anymore, because I was always told one thing, but I realized I was the complete opposite. And it felt so good to not be lying to myself for so long. Oh my god, I'm really crying. Oh wow. I told you this shit was gonna get real. Senior year came, and it was the first time, if I have a picture, I'm gonna put it here. I decided that instead of wearing a dress to homecoming, because I knew my mom was going to be away on a business trip, I was going to wear a vest and tie and a button up and slacks and like nice dress shoes, and I wore that to my homecoming. And I just remember one of my teachers being like, "Oh my god, you look so handsome." And I was like, "Really?" I was like, "I look handsome?" I was like, "Thank you." And, like, it was, like, at that moment, like, I keep saying this a lot, I'm like, when everything, like, clicked, but it was, like, it was right then and there where I knew I shouldn't be closeted about this stuff, because having people tell me that felt amazing. My parents don't know because I'm scared on how they're gonna react. My mom has said this to me in the past, that she doesn't understand when people say they're non-binary and stuff, or they aren't male and female, because she only sees male and female. Like I talked about before, in my household there is only male and female, and that's it. My dad also wasn't the best when I came out as being bisexual. He told me I needed to hide it, and that people shouldn't know. I shouldn't post about it on Instagram or anything, because like, that's private stuff. But when I told him I was proud of who I am, we got into a huge fight about it, and he was like, you should just, like, stay closeted, like, you shouldn't tell people about this stuff. I was like, that's no one's business. And it was a mess. That's why I haven't told my parents. And I mean, like, my mom follows me on Instagram. She does see it in my bio. I don't think she understands what it is. The one thing I want to talk about is dating. So, when I came out as being gender fluid, I had a boyfriend at the time. I told him, and he was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And he said he was okay with it, but he wasn't. He would never use my right pronouns. He would always call me his girlfriend, even though I told him multiple times, I was like, hey, can you just, like, call me, like, your significant other or your partner? I was like, that makes me feel way better than, like, being called your girlfriend. Especially this was at the time where I just didn't like being associated with being female. And he was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So yeah, this is my girlfriend. And I'm like, alright, so you obviously just don't give a shit. And he also was very, like, he only ever liked me when I was more feminine. He always wanted me to wear more feminine clothes. He kind of just, like, ignored everything that had to do with me being gender fluid. And it was just awful. And I could tell he just never really accepted me for being me. And it was just really hard. Especially, like, when he would text me and be like, oh, yeah, that's my girlfriend. I'm like, look at my girl go. And I'm like, can you stop? I would tell him constantly, like, hey, could you, like, not? And he'd be like, yeah, what? Yeah, I got it. And then do it again. And it just made me feel awful. Don't be like me. And don't put yourselves in toxic situations. The guy I talked about earlier, the one I dated him for 2 years because I felt that if I broke up with him, no one else would ever love me and no one else would treat me with any sort of respect, because that was kind of the mindset he put onto me. And it was awful, and I'm so glad I left that very, very toxic, very emotionally abusive, very just awful relationship. And not only am I happier, and I have gone on dates and I have been with other people who are a little bit more accepting, but it's like, I realized he was wrong. I realized that I did not have to act a certain way for him to be happy with who I was, because that's the idea he always put in my head, because he always thought that he came first and everything, and that I just needed to tag along for it. And, like, even with trying to go on dates with people, I would always be seen more as one than the other. Guys would always see me as more feminine, and girls would only see me as more masculine. They never really accepted me as all of me. It was either one or the other, never both. And my last relationship, I don't even call it really a relationship because it lasted for like 2 weeks. Sup dude, if you're watching this, how's it going? I'm not naming names, but like if you're watching this, hey, what's up dude? Can't wait to see NF together. It's gonna be fucking lit. But he was the first person to fully like be like, oh, okay, yeah, like what are your pronouns? Like I want to make sure you're comfortable. And it was fucking nuts for me, because I've literally had people be like, oh, I don't want to date you, it's fucking gay. Or, oh, well, you use they, he pronouns. I'm not, sorry, I don't want people to think I'm like into dudes or whatever. And I'm like, okay. So with this guy, when he was like, yeah, okay. And I even asked him this, I was like, are you sure you're comfortable with this? And he was like, yeah, like I really don't care. It was like wild. And like when people would misgender me, he'd be like, you want me to correct them? And I'm like, I was like, at this point, it's whatever. I mean, I get misgendered literally all the fucking time. But it's whatever. Again, if you're watching this video, literally fucking thank you. You're amazing. Can't wait to hang out again. Oh my god. But yeah, dating has always been super hard. And it hasn't been until recently that, like, I personally need to just be like, oh, well, you know what? Fuck this shit. I was like, if you only like me for one or the other, what the fuck's the point? Like, and I get it, I do come off more feminine most of the time, but it's like, it's in my bio, it says it, my pronouns are right there, so y'all just being fucking ignorant. So it's hard, especially because, like, again, some people only see me for one or the other, like, and then sometimes with girls, they'll only see me as feminine, or like, dating's a lot, it's hard, so like, that's why I'm so happy that I've, like, found people recently in my life that are just, like, you do you, man. Like, let me know. Like, if you want me to call you something else, like, I will. Like, I'll do it at the drop of the hat. That's why I'm, like, that's why I'm making this video, because I finally have people who are, like, I love you, you're amazing, like, go for it. Like, my Dimitri, like Kai, like Luna, like Finn, like Charlie, like my friend Steve, like my friends Tui and Allison, and all these amazing, and Kate and Penny, and literally everyone, and Hunter. You guys are the reason why I'm making this video now, because I feel so fucking good about myself, because you guys are there cheering me on and making me feel so fucking amazing about things that I used to be so scared of. And especially Charlie, like, you have been there literally since I came out, since before I came out. You helped me through all this shit, and I know we've had some rough times, but, like, I literally love you, man. Because oh my god, wow. I'm happy. I'm so happy because fucking I'm Alex. I'm gender fluid, I use they, he pronouns, and I'm fucking bisexual, and I'm fucking living my best life. And I'm so happy, especially to, like, my cousins too, who I've told, and they're just like, okay? Like, my cousin Jaylee's, literally, oh my god, during Pride Month, I posted something about me using they, he pronouns, and she texted me, and she was like, hey, I saw that's, like, sorry, I thought someone was like, hey, I saw that you use these pronouns, like, what's up, like, are you good? And I told her everything, and she was like, yeah, okay, like, that's it, that's fine. Like, do you want me to tell people? And I was like, no, I was like, you can tell your husband, though, because I love him, he's such an amazing guy. She was like, yeah, okay, like, I'll do whatever it takes to make you feel comfortable, like, just let me know. And it's like, having that support that I never had from people I've dated in the past, from my family, and from literally society, because I've had so many people try to tell me who I am, being like, you're not gender fluid, you're just trans, or you're just a demi boy, or you're just non-binary. Like, I've had people try to tell me who I was for so long, and I don't need it anymore because I'm fucking me, my guy. Like, it's fucking insane that now, after fucking 19 years of living, I finally feel like I'm myself, and I can finally, like, leave who I am in the past, because it feels fucking amazing. And I didn't mean to start crying. I really didn't. Like, I'm just trying to be 100% truthful with you guys. Like, I'm happy. I can say that, like, with full honesty, I'm happy with who I am. Because I'm not worried about everyone else, and I'm not worried about making other people happy, and I'm not changing who I am for other people like I used to in the past, because when I did date guys, I would act more feminine so they would be more comfortable with it, and when I did date girls, I would act more masculine so they would be comfortable with it, but no one had ever taken the time to ask me if I was comfortable with it, because no one gave a fucking shit. Literally, to anyone who ever doesn't know, like, about who they are, I get it. I really do. And if you're still trying to find yourself, fucking take as much time as you need. If you think you're one thing and you find out you're another, that's fine. As long as you are happy and you are like, this is it, I will fully fucking support you no matter what, because I know what it's like not to have support from people. And I know how amazing it feels to have people who love and care about you no matter what. Because it's just, no one should ever feel the way I felt for so fucking long. And I know my parents don't know, so it's not like I have the full support of my entire family, and I get that. But I have the support of my family that I chose, and that is all that fucking matters to me. Because I don't give a damn if my grandma doesn't support me, because I know that I'm still gonna have an amazing group of people who will love me no matter what type of shit I go through. And that's all you fucking need. And I know, like, saying that sucks because we all want the support of our families. But sometimes if you can't, like, get it, you shouldn't beat yourself up over it. I chose my family. And my chosen family fucking rocks, my guy. Literally, they make me happier than I have been in a very, very long time. Because I know they're always gonna be there for me no matter what I go through. Because they actually give a damn about me. Oh my god, I'm starting to cry again. But yeah. And to anyone that I didn't mention that has supported me through everything, or is new and they still give a fuck about me, I fucking love you too, man. Like, it's undescribable the way I've been feeling recently. Like, if you follow me on Instagram or if you follow me on Snapchat, like, you know, like, I've been feeling my fucking self, like, posting pictures every day, like, because I'm in my own skin, and I don't hate myself as much as I used to. Yeah, but, like, I feel good. I feel fucking happy, as I am fucking happy with who I am. My name is Alex. I also go by Alexander, and I also go by Al. I don't give a shit about which one you call me. I am 19 years old, I am bisexual, gender fluid, and I am fucking happy with myself. And that is what it's like to be gender fluid and fucking proud. I did not expect to be crying this much. Oh my god. Ooh, whew.